Happy Friday, television family. It's good to see you again. The end of the week is almost upon us, the 30th day of May, 2025. What happened in the month? It's all but gone. I'm Dan Kuntz. Very pleasant morning, very quiet, benign, lots of sunshine, long days, 54 degrees. We're going to be about 5 or 6 degrees warmer today than we were yesterday. We hit 79 on Thursday. We'll be into the 80s today. Kissing 90 on Saturday. The big story tomorrow is it's going to get extremely windy on Saturday night, about 5 o'clock to about midnight. Some serious winds. Strongest winds we've seen all year coming up. There's a powerful, dry, cold front. The relative humidities have been bone dry all spring long. It's going to just bottom out lower than a gopher's basement. Very strong winds. Any outdoor plans on Saturday night, you're going to be affected because it's going to be very windy. Those details are coming up. And that wind's going to carry over a little bit into Sunday as well. It's also, because it's a cold front, going to cool us down a little bit. So we're going to be lower 80s anyway today. Upper 80s on Saturday, extremely windy Saturday night, and then we cool way down to maybe only in the upper 70s on Sunday and Monday. So as far as the temperatures are concerned, we're going to be all over the map. But the big story is the wind, and they're very confident about that. We'll have the forecast coming up and the news. And the sports, Mariners. Ooh, ouch. Emerson Hancock looked good. Offense couldn't do much of anything. A painful extra inning loss to the Nationals last night. Highlights of that, of course, we have Apple Sox baseball tonight. They're back. The defending WCL North Division champions open up their 2025 campaign and their 25th year of Apple Sox baseball tonight at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium against the Yakima Valley Pippins. We will be there. We always encourage people to go to the ballpark, and it's going to be a beautiful night at the ballpark. But if you can't make it, you can watch it right here. We'll talk about that. And in the back half of the program, coming up next Wednesday at the Wenatchee Convention Center, our media partner, the Wenatchee World, will be handing out their annual World's Best Awards. And Sarah Baum is the event and marketing coordinator, manager, if you will, event marketing manager for the Wenatchee World. She's in charge of this thing. She will pay us a visit to preview it. And there's a big difference this year between previous World's Best Awards ceremonies because the public is invited. Anybody can come. It was a private event for a long time. Just the winners were allowed to come on in and have some hors d'oeuvres and get their certificates. Now anybody can go. Sarah will tell you about that in the back half of the program. It's tour time. Let's see what we have out there on this beautiful Friday. There is, of course, the Wenatchee Valley. That little protuberance you see in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, that's a bit of an anomaly. It doesn't really give you a good idea of how brown the hills have gotten with all of this sun and pretty mild temperatures we've had. It's been a warmer than normal May. We'll give you May in its entirety, how May looked and what June is going to look like. We'll do that on Monday when we come back. But anyway, it's pretty brown out there. 79 was our high yesterday. Our normal high is 75, so it was a little bit warmer than that. And these days continue to get longer by about a minute and a half. Sunrise this morning was at 5:09. It was beautiful. I saw it. Sunset tonight, 8:48. 15 hours and 39 minutes of daylight. Next up on our tour, we are off to see Lake Chelan. Continues to rise quite a bit as the Stehekin is running. The Stehekin is right at its bank full. It's not at flood stage, but it's right at the bank full. And of course, it's running fast. All of that snow melting in the North Cascades at 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 feet. It has to go someplace, and it goes right down the Stehekin and eventually right into Lake Chelan. So the lake continues to fill up, and it's been filling up rather rapidly over the last 5 or 6 days. Still not quite up to where it would normally be at the peak of summer, but it's catching up big time. Hello to Manson. Hello to Wapato Point. Camera number 3 takes us to, that's got to be Blag Mountain. Zoomed it out this time. We've had Blag Mountain moved around quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure that's Blag. It's got to be Leavenworth off in the distance there. Blag Mountain is high above Peshastin. I took a trip up to that Sky-Fi site, 9 years ago, I think, the trip up to Blag Mountain. A little hairy. It's like one lane, all switchbacks. You got to stay on the road, and if another utility rig is coming down the road, something's got to give. But that's the view from way atop Blag Mountain. And our 4th camera takes us to Lake Wenatchee. Nice and placid today. It was a little choppy on yesterday at this time, and it's going to be very choppy on Saturday night. It's going to be extremely windy. Here's a slide I want to show for you from the National Weather Service. They sent this down. This looks a lot like the one we showed you yesterday, but we're talking about Saturday. A very dry and very powerful cold front is going to move into our area, and the very strongest winds, everybody's going to have wind in our viewing area tomorrow, mid to late afternoon until about midnight. We have a 70% chance for wind gusts greater than 50 miles an hour right here in the Wenatchee Valley, the Columbia Basin, Ephrata, Moses Lake. You have an 80% chance of seeing gusts greater than 50 miles an hour. We have a 25% chance of seeing gusts greater than 60 miles an hour. It's going to start getting windy about 3 or 4, and by 5 o'clock it's going to be very windy, and the very strongest winds on Saturday between about 5 in the evening till about midnight before it dies down. It's still going to be breezy on Sunday, but not nearly as windy as it's going to be on Saturday night. So it's going to start picking up in intensity Saturday afternoon, and we're talking extremely strong, consistent winds at least 30 to 35 miles an hour on Saturday night, and gusts, as I mentioned before, at 40 miles an hour and even possibly 50 miles an hour. So obviously, bone dry air, dry grasses, strong winds, hot. Yikes. We don't have a red flag warning, though. I don't know. They may change that. Anyway, we could even see some isolated power outages. That's certainly not out of the question. So in detail from the National Weather Service, here we go. Beautiful day today. Sunshine, calm wind, about 5 degrees warmer than yesterday. No complaints at all. Hope you have today off. Get out and enjoy. 84. That's about perfect. Right in the wheelhouse, isn't it? 62 for the overnight low tonight. Sunshine all day Saturday. Not a lot of wind, again, until we get to the late afternoon hours. 2:30, 3:30. You'll start seeing and feeling that wind picking up, and by about 5 o'clock, it's going to be downright windy. So the winds aren't going to be until late in the afternoon. And look how much warmer we're going to be, 88 degrees. But as we mentioned already, we have a good chance. We have a 70% chance in the Wenatchee Valley for wind gusts above 50 miles an hour on Saturday night. Still breezy on Sunday, and this cold front's going to make our temperature go way back the other way. Only 76 degrees, which is actually about normal. A little breezy Sunday night, a little breezy on Monday, but not bad, with a high of 78, and then we go right back up to about 80 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Lots of sunshine, no clouds at all in the forecast, really. But man, is it going to be windy tomorrow night. You've been warned. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we have the news on this Friday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour moseslake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Got a cloud in the sky, 54 degrees, about 84 for the afternoon high today. Going to be a beautiful Friday. Most of Saturday looks good, considerably warmer, but as I already mentioned, between about 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon till about midnight, we are going to see some extremely strong winds, perhaps gusts at 50 miles an hour for the Wenatchee Valley tomorrow night. It's just about 11 minutes after the hour. Douglas County and their partners are hoping that the Wenatchee landing parcel becomes a major commercial development, and of course they're asking U.S. Senator Patty Murray to help expedite that process. The Washington Democrat visited East Wenatchee and the Wenatchee landing area. It's a 300-acre project. She did that on Wednesday. Just a day earlier, county commissioners voted to create a tax increment finance district to help pay for the creation of the Wenatchee landing. Attracting retail and hospitality businesses to the area near the Early Bastion Bridge will require an estimated $60 million in transportation improvements alone. And that's where officials hope Murray can help. Douglas County has asked for about $18 million from the current Congress to start work on a key interchange at Empire Avenue and 35th Street Northwest. Murray told reporters she's working with Congressman Dan Newhouse to try and push the money through.
This is a very challenging time, I'm not going to lie to you. We have an administration that isn't spending things as directed. A lot of that's in courts right now. I expect that to be resolved on the Congress's side. But it is causing a lot of uncertainty. But, you know, I've been around a long time, and you just put your heart in it. You work hard, and you convince people. That's how you get funding for projects like this. And certainly with this community so fully behind this and can really see this vision, it is one worth fighting for. I have seen a lot of projects over the years where people are divided and fighting about it. It takes a lot longer and oftentimes gets so complicated it doesn't get done. When you come to a community like this and everybody's everybody's saying, what can I do? What's my part? It really helps me be able to do our part at the federal government and help the community out.
NCWLIFE also asked Senator Murray about the chances in the Senate for President Trump's one big beautiful bill. That's the budget reconciliation package that would make major cuts to Medicaid, among other federal programs.
Well, look, I am standing in one of the congressional districts right now where we have one of the highest percentage of populations that are on Medicaid. Who I've been hearing from, obviously, is the people who are really fearful of losing their health care. I'm hearing from people who know people who have health care that know it will impact them if they don't get the care they need. I'm a former preschool teacher. If you have a child that comes to school sick because they don't have care, everybody gets sick. So, you know, we all got to remember that. But who is really frightened the most right now and understands the reality more than anything is our rural hospitals. They know that if we don't have a population that has their health care, Medicaid, they will come in demanding uninsured compensation and care, and that costs more for everybody. And ultimately, they're telling me they can't keep their doors open.
Douglas County is accepting applications for its open prosecutor position. It's going to be open soon. The role is currently held by Gordon Edgar, who was first elected to the job in 2018. He's going to retire on the last day of next month. Those interested in the job, you must be a resident of Douglas County, a registered voter, and a practicing attorney in good standing. Submit your application if you're interested and you qualify by Thursday, June 12th. The prosecutor's political party would normally recommend candidates for the job, but Edgar ran as an independent in his last election, leading the county to open up the process. The Douglas County Commissioners will hold interviews the following week to select a candidate to complete Edgar's remaining term. It ends on December 31st of 2026. More information on how to apply can be found on Douglas County's website. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority is suing Burlington Northern Santa Fe over access to its Wenatchee warehouse properties. Our media partner at the Wenatchee World, they reports that the Economic Development Agency wants an easement from the railroad for a vacated portion of Kittitas Street in lower downtown, where the port owns decommissioned fruit warehouses that once belonged to Lineage Logistics. The disputed area is recorded in ownership deeds dating back to 1909, and the port says it would have to go through BNSF property in order to reach the loading docks in the buildings. Negotiations with the railroad, the port says, has so far been unsuccessful. The Chelan County Public Works Department has proposed adopting parking restrictions for Olalla Canyon and Nahum Canyon roads. If adopted, the proposed resolution would permanently prohibit parking on the pavement along both sides of the entire lengths of both of those roads. The county is proposing this change following a recent influx of parking in the area as hikers seek to access the canyon trails. The county claims parking restrictions are necessary to reduce potential hazards to residents and to nature. A public hearing will be held on June 3rd at 9:30 in the morning to discuss the resolution. Members of the public are welcome to attend. You can attend in person at the Board of County Commissioners Chambers in Wenatchee, or you can do it via Zoom. Each person will be given 3 minutes to speak. The City of Chelan and the Town of Mansfield are two recipients of a state grant that helps local governments preserve and protect public records. The Local Records Grant Program helps upgrade tools for digital imaging and record management programs. Both Chelan and Mansfield were awarded funding for digital imaging to make computerized versions of their older documents. Chelan received over $28,000 and Mansfield will get a little over $3,000. The Washington State Archives awards 27 grants total to government agencies across the state. In total, in this cycle, they awarded more than $506,000. Young drivers in Washington, you're going to have to take a little bit more driver's education if you want to get your driver's license. That bill was signed into law a couple of weeks ago. The proponents say it'll address some disproportionate dangers. Opponents say it's not really necessary. Here's Murrow News fellow Albert James with the story.
So our goal here is to make sure that our roadways are as safe as possible for everybody on them.
Democrat Brandy Donaghy of Snohomish County says sweeping legislation signed into law this month moves the needle towards safer driving. Under House Bill 1878, mandatory driver's education will expand to drivers up to 21 years old by 2030. Right now, only 16 and 17-year-olds have to take driver's ed before getting their first license.
For 18 to 25-year-olds who had not taken driver education, they had more than a 60% higher rate of crash involvement.
Mark McKechnie with the Washington Traffic Safety Commission says young drivers are disproportionately involved in serious or deadly crashes, but driver's ed makes someone less likely to get into a crash. To make driving school more accessible, the law also creates a voucher program to help with costs, allows online driving courses, and lets students do most of their behind-the-wheel training in one day if they have hardships like living far away.
We did want to provide an opportunity for them to at least have a chance to get that time in without it being more of a burden.
I'm a history major. I teach ELA. I teach a whole myriad of different subjects. But in a way, there's nothing that I've taught that is more important than driver education.
Alex Hansen, president of the Washington Traffic Safety Education Association, applauds lawmakers for trying to tackle a big challenge, but says the bill doesn't get up to speed. He's concerned about the quality of education offered online and adjustments to behind-the-wheel instruction. Hansen ultimately believes supporting driver's ed in public schools is the best way to promote safety, as it can reach all school-aged young drivers.
Kids who have access to a driver education program in the local high school where they already attend, they're going to take it. But only 20 schools in the state of Washington currently still offer it, when almost every school back in the 90s, when I taught it, offered it. And almost everybody took it.
Now, Donaghy says there are a lot of factors that complicate bringing driver's ed back to schools, though partnerships with commercial driving schools could go a long way. She says the idea is to ultimately expand mandatory driver's ed to 25. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
And a second security dog is coming to Confluence Health next month, and she needs a name. They want your help. The new German Shepherd will join Atlas, Confluence Health's first ever security dog, who made his way to Wenatchee from Slovakia back in January. The healthcare organization is asking the community to vote for their favorite name. They've put out a list of 10, and you can find that on their Facebook page. The 10 names you can choose from: Addie, Athena, Ellie, Jane, Luna, Moxie, Nala, Sam, Stevie, and Zoe. The top 5 names will be sent to the Confluence Health Foundation Board, who provided the funding for the dogs, and they will pick the final name. And that is the news in 20 minutes After the hour, we have one more newscast to get to before we send you on your way for the weekend. And it comes your way tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and probably 10 o'clock. It depends on how long the Apple Sox game goes. 5, 6, and 10 on television. That doesn't work into your schedule, and hey, we get it. We're all busy, and a lot of people don't have traditional television anymore. But they do have the web, and we're there too. We'll post a link on our Facebook page. It'll be up and running on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com. You can also go to our YouTube page and check out the evening news as well. If you're out and about and you think something might need our attention, a news tip, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email, news@NCWLIFE.com. One night after having their worst loss of the year, last night the Mariners probably had their most frustrating loss of the year. Sure felt that way. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Sports. The Mariners had every opportunity for the comeback win against the Nationals last night, but they squandered chances in the 8th, again in the 9th, and they gave up 7 runs in the 10th, and they lose 9-3. Emerson Hancock looked good, battled for 5 innings, and he gave the ball to Gabe Spear in the 6th, who immediately gave up a 2-run double. That put the Nationals up 2-0. Seattle came back with a couple of runs in the 7th, but they could not cash in on the 8th. And then in the 10th, well, it all came tumbling down.
That's not a ground ball. That's a drive to left into the corner. Tina scores. Abrams coming around. He will be waved home, and James Wood has done it again. 6 RBIs in this series. 2-0 Washington.
And the 0-2 on the way to Crawford. It is strike 3 called on the outside corner, and JP not happy at all with home plate umpire Andy Fletcher, and Crawford has just been thrown out of the ball game. JP Crawford is red hot. He's not giving up the conversation. Here comes Dan Wilson, and JP balled out on strikes by Andy Fletcher, and there's one away for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Inside out, left field, base hit. Mastrobuoni waved home. Here's the throw, cut off, and the Mariners are on the board. It's a 1-run game. Leody Taveras cashes in with his 3rd hit tonight.
Leody's put some really good at-bats together here this evening. This time from the left side as he smashes this one to left field.
To right field, tie game. Ben Williamson delivers in the 7th inning. He ties it up against his boyhood team. We are even at 2. Line drive right past the glove of Mastrobuoni. Low being waved home. Here's the throw. Play tag. He's out at home. Leone Taveras with a rocket from right field. Game-changing play by the Mariners.
Yeah, fantastic play by Leone Taveras. Look how he comes in on this ball. He tries to airmail it, but Cal catches it on a little short hop with plenty of time to nail Nathaniel Lowe at home.
And that ball is launched out to right. After it, Taveras. And at the wall, he will haul it in. But Dalen Lyle has his first Major League RBI to put the Nats on top.
The lead.
And he'll serve one to left. Abrams around third. He'll get the send. That throw is way offline. And the Nats have picked up multiple runs.
One teammate picking up the other.
Breaking ball high in the air to right. Racing back again, Taveras. And that's off the wall at the 380 mark. 2 runs will score. The Nats go up 6-2. And Bell will check one to right.
Let's go.
See you later. It's a 7-run 10th inning for the Nats.
Let it eat, Josh Bell. 109 off the bat. They can't catch this one. On the ground, through the right side for a base hit. Williamson rounds third, and he scores standing. Leo Rivas.
And Kyle Finnegan will take care of business and get that last out. Well, the Nats have been coming here since 2008, and a kid named Corey Casto, who's from this area, hit a homer to win a series for the Nats. So we'll give him some credit. Over the years, the Nationals are 10-4 in this ballpark.
Yeah, that ain't very good. Seattle will host Minnesota. First of 3 games tonight at 7:10 on Root Sports Northwest. As far as the standings are concerned, we got lucky because we lost, but so did Houston. Astros were demolished by the Rays, 13-3. There's only one other game in the division, and that was the Blue Jays. They punished the Athletics 12-0. The last time the Wenatchee Apple Sox stepped onto the playing field at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium was 289 days ago. We were there. The game happened to be for the West Coast League North Division Championship. Wenatchee edged the Bellingham Bells 1-0. We broadcast that game. Eric Granstrom and Brandon Schmitten had the call.
2 home runs back-to-back on Sunday and on Monday. Well, and he'll bunt this one. Popped it up over the top of the pitcher, and the throw across, no throw.
Love it. Gotta love it. I'm looking for his prototypical double and to the Pepsi sign out there in right center field.
We'll go for that. Pitch swung on and a fly ball deep to left center field. I don't think anybody's going to get to that one. In fact, it's off the base of the fence on the 12 Tribe Casino sign out there. Rounding third and heading for home. Scoring on the play will be the Apple Sox, Cam Hoyland. He'll pump a fist. He'll head to the dugout. Get some high fives from his teammates. Apple Sox lead at 1-0. I got another name. Got another name for you for that bug I was talking about earlier. Curveball swung on, and this one is going to tie the game, I believe. Left fielder back, and he'll.
Oh, he caught it.
And he caught it. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Cam Hoyland, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was over the fence. Hoyland timed it perfectly. I think he's about to have a heart attack out there.
He is. Oh, man, what a catch.
It all comes down to this pitch right here. Does the game get extended, or is it over right now? The pitch by Busic. Swung on and missed. Beautiful curveball.
Listen to the crowd. Oh, my gosh. What an exciting game, huh, Eric?
Don't need to say a word. And the way the season has been between these two teams, how appropriate that it's a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah.
They had two games at Bellingham. 1-0, 1-0. Bellingham won both of those.
Yeah.
Now here tonight, Wenatchee wins a 1-0 contest.
To break the tie for the season as well, right? Now puts us at 4-3.
So the Apple Sox will advance to the West Coast League Championship.
was a fun night. Well, Apple Sox begin their defense tonight during opening night. The Yakima Valley Pippins in town. Once again, Eric and Brandon will have the call. Play-by-play right here. First pitch at 6:35. Tonight's game, by the way, is the first of a 3-game weekend series between the two teams. They'll play again tomorrow night at 6:35 in the Wind, and then they'll wrap it up Sunday at 5:35. You can go to applesox.com for tickets and more information. It's that time of the year again. The prep spring sports season comes to an end this weekend, and the Wenatchee Panthers have a chance of taking home the big gold ball. They're in the state 4A Final Four, Spark Stadium in Puyallup. The Panther soccer team will take on Hazen in the semifinals tonight at 7 o'clock. A win will put the Panthers into the state championship game tomorrow night at 6:30. The winner of that game will take on the winner between Chiawana and Woodinville. If they lose tonight, they'll play for 3rd and 4th place against the loser of Chiawana and Woodinville tomorrow at 12:30. It's been a while since they had racing at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. They were rained out 2 weekends ago, and of course they were off for Memorial Weekend last weekend, but they're back. At the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, the quarter-mile asphalt track is hosting the Wenatchee 200. For the super late models, it's $25,000 to win, presented by Plum Perfect. Other classes racing this weekend, the Dix Heating and Air Conditioning Thunder Cars, as well as the Angel Bail Bonds Bandoleros, the Legends. They'll be practicing tonight. Gates open tomorrow at 4. Racing starts at 5. Big night of racing, WVSO.com for tickets and more information. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 31 minutes after the hour, you can celebrate National Water a Flower Day today. Flowers would appreciate that. It's National Mint Julep Day today. I usually associate that with the Kentucky Derby. We're not doing that. No, today is National Creativity Day, and even if you don't think you're very creative, you are. That's one of the things that sets us apart from all the other living creatures, is that human beings are naturally creative. You don't have to be a musician. You don't have to be an artist or, anything like that, a writer. Anybody be creative if you put your mind to it. So we have National Creativity Day today. And being creative does make the world a far more interesting place. I have tremendous respect for those people who are creative and better at it than I am on things that I'm creative at. 3/4 of people have bursts of creativity while taking a shower. Now, I always thought that was a cliche, but it's actually true. 75% of people have reported having some sort of amazing insight while they were taking a shower. Trying a new skill, even if you're not very good at it, will make you more creative. Just trying it makes you more creative, and it could lead to something else. Say, hey, okay, maybe I'm not very good at that. Maybe I'll try something else. And by the way, daydreaming is good for the brain. You shouldn't spend all your time daydreaming. There's a profit to be had after all. But spending a couple of moments each day, just letting your brain drift away and daydream is actually good for you. Sharpens the brain, sharpens your focus. And about 75% of workers who have menial jobs, they daydream as a way to deal with the fact that their job is boring. So if you don't think you're creative, there's one way to find out. Try it today. If that doesn't work, try it tomorrow. It's 33 minutes after the hour. Today in history. 114 years ago today, May 30th, 1911, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the very first Indianapolis 500 is run. Ray Harron, in his Marmon Wasp, becomes the very first winner of the Indy 500. It was postponed during World War I and again during World War II, but outside of that, they've been running it. Back in 1911, the average speed for the winner, for Ray, 75 miles an hour. It took them 6 hours and 42 minutes to run the Indy 500, the very first one of this date in 1911. Last weekend, Alex Palou of Spain won it. He averaged 169 miles an hour, and it took 2 hours and 57 minutes to run the race. And that includes cautions as well. The Indy 500 is 114 years old today. Happy birthday to the Lincoln Memorial, May 30th, 1922. William Warren Harding, on behalf of the people of the United States, says, thank you very much. The Lincoln Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. on this date in 1922. The Statue of Lincoln, the famous Statue of Lincoln, was only supposed to be 10 feet tall, and then they realized the chamber was going to be so big, they made Lincoln about 20 feet tall, so that way he wouldn't be overwhelmed by the chamber itself. When you look at the Lincoln Memorial, it's 99 feet tall, it's 202 feet wide. you're only seeing a little more than half of the actual memorial. Rooted beneath the ground is the foundation, which goes 66 feet into the ground because it was basically built on a swamp, and it was the only way they could make sure it wouldn't sink. That's rather remarkable. And as you might imagine, because it's the Lincoln Memorial, all the prominent African Americans in this country were invited to the event. And when they got there, they had to sit in segregated sections away from the white people. This is, after all, Washington, D.C. in 1922, the Lincoln Memorial. 90 years ago today, here's the box score. Boston Braves, Philadelphia Phillies, the Baker Bowl in Philly. Babe Ruth makes his last major league appearance. He only played in the first inning of the opener between the Braves and the Phillies. Phillies pitcher Jim Biven retires Ruth on an infield grounder. Babe's final major league at bat. He took himself out of the lineup, and Babe Ruth would never play another major league game again. He would retire about 4 days later. And all the folks who were here in 1948 will tell you the floods of 1948 were absolutely amazing, if that's the actual word. We had a huge snowpack the previous winter, and then a massive heat wave, and then a ton of rain. And there was no place for the water to go. And the town of Vanport, Oregon, population 18,500 people, wiped off the map. A dike along the Columbia River broke. Vanport, Oregon, which was a town basically built to build Kaiser ships in the Portland area, literally was gone. It was wiped out within minutes. They had about a half an hour warning from the time the dike broke until the time it got there. But believe it or not, only 15 people died because it was the Memorial Day weekend in 1948 and nobody was home. All the residents were away from their home, and so only 15 people actually died, but Vanport itself was completely wiped off the map. About 2 weeks later, President Harry Truman visited Wenatchee and what was left of Vanport. And we have one heavenly birthday to pass along to you. The man of 1,000 voices, Mel Blanc, born in the state in 1908, the voice of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Tweety, Sylvester, Yosemite Sam, Foghorn Leghorn, the Tasmanian Devil, although he didn't really have a voice. He was the voice of Barney Rubble, the voice of Dino on the Flintstones, Mr. Spacely, George Jetson's boss on the Jetsons, the legendary Mel Blanc, born in the state in 1908. And I occasionally watch those Saturday morning cartoons. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. A new opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty is coming your way. And then Sarah Baum will join me. She is the events and marketing manager for our media partner, the Wenatchee World. The world's best awards will be handed out Wednesday, and you can go. Sarah will tell you all about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
How are things going with your parenting plan?
Amanda and I decided to do mediation with the Colombian Basin Dispute Resolution Center. We really wanted to avoid the costly attorney fees.
I didn't even know mediation was an option.
Yeah, they even train people to become mediators. They did such a good job, I'm actually considering taking the training myself.
I'm so happy for you guys. When parents work together, it seems everyone is happier.
Their mediators really listen to your wants and needs. I'm really happy with the outcome. Coming, buddy.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. The commencement exercises for Wenatchee High School, Eastmont High School, and Westside High School will be televised live and commercial-free on the NCWLIFE channel. Eastmont's will begin at 6 p.m. on June 6th, followed by Wenatchee's at 8 p.m. The Westside ceremony will take place on Tuesday, June 10th at 7 p.m. You can stream all three of the graduation ceremonies on NCWLIFE.com.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm a critic of Donald Trump. Duh. Now, some people don't like that. And some of the people who don't like my criticism of the man let me know they don't like it. And some of those folks explain that even if Trump does bad things, other politicians do bad things too. Well, you know, you think about it, that's a pretty immature argument, and it didn't even work with your mom when you were in 3rd grade. Now, some other people point out some of the supposed good stuff that our bully in chief is doing and ask me, well, what about these things? And my response is, he's the friggin' president of the United States, for pity's sakes. He better be doing some good things. His doing something positive, however, does not justify his attempts to dismantle our democracy. I just don't think so. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
At Abby's, Toppings to the Edge is a promise we've kept for 60 years and counting. We load our pizzas with fresh ingredients, quality meats, and real cheese, so every bite is legendary. If you can find a better pizza, buy it. Abby's, you just can't top it. Right now, every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week. This giant pizza serves up to 6 people and is at a very special price. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. We're family-owned Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at MerryMaidsOfWenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
Get a great deal on making the most of every property. The Kubota commercial landscape lineup is built to do more. From the RTVX utility vehicle to the Z700 mower to the SVL track loader. When your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that doesn't let you down. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months, or save up to $4,000.
Welcome back to the program. This lovely young woman to my immediate left has a busy job at our media partner, the Wenatchee World, under the same umbrella of WIC Communications and Washington Media LLC. Sarah, introduce yourself to our television family.
I am Sarah Baum, and I am the event and marketing manager for Washington Media.
How long has that job existed?
They brought it back after COVID, so I've actually been with the World since February of 22.
Okay.
And I facilitate the events and all that fun stuff.
And one of the things that you brought back was something that one of the local Rotary clubs have been doing for years. They had the NCW Sports Awards, which would date back to the late 60s. Kind of petered out.
Yep.
Just disappeared. These things happen. And the Rotaries no longer did the NCW Sports Awards, and you guys decided to bring back to honor the local prep athletes. That went well.
That went well. We hosted that at Wenatchee Valley College on May 17th. And we had some great young athletes come out, and it was a really great time. So hopefully next year we have the community come out and really celebrate these young athletes.
We're here to talk about World's Best.
Yep.
It is back. There's a couple of changes this year.
Yep.
First of all, if you're not nominated or not going to win, you can still show up.
Yep.
This is something new. You've thought about this for a while in previous award ceremonies when you hand out the certificates for those businesses and individuals that won the World's Best competition, Sarah. It was for the people who won.
Yep.
They would show up, you give them a certificate, take some photos. It was all a beautiful, wonderful thing.
Yep.
Now it's opened up to the public. What's the thought process behind that?
We want the community to be able to come out and really celebrate the businesses, people, places that they nominated and voted in. I mean, they're the ones that are bringing these businesses to the event. So we wanted to open it up for everybody to come and celebrate and just have a good time.
And it is going to be Wednesday, June 4th at the Wenatchee Convention Center. It gets going at 5:30. $35 will buy you your ticket. Hors d'oeuvres from the Wenatchee Convention Center. They do, they've really upped their food game. Have you noticed that?
They have.
Yeah.
They have. I actually have the menu, and we have some great items to come out. It's also a no-host bar. So come on out, have some hors d'oeuvres and some drinks, and listen to the world's best musician solo artists this year.
That's the only one we're going to reveal in advance. Everybody else, you're going to have to wait till Wednesday, June 4th to find out. 136
categories.
I didn't even know there was 136 businesses and individuals.
Yeah.
How did you and you've actually eliminated a few over the years.
We have. We look at how many different businesses there are in that category. There needs to be at least 5 for a business to be a category, or for a category to be there. And then we also look at the nomination rates and voting for the categories as well. So there's a little bit of back-end thought process that goes into it. But we're also open to recommendations for categories and things like that. So
nobody has a monopoly on knowledge. I mean, when you say, okay, I didn't even know that type of business or service even existed.
Well, and they're evolving all the time too,
Yeah.
because things are changing, new businesses are coming up. So it is definitely something that we review on an annual basis.
The voting's been closed for a couple of weeks now?
It closed on April 26th.
Is there, as you see the submissions come in and the voting tallies by going to the World's website, do you have a running idea of where everybody is, or is that kind of a...
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
But it's all just you, right?
At this point, the sales staff know, and the winners do know that they have won.
Yeah, they've been informed, so that way they'll show up.
Yeah, we have asked that they do keep it quiet until at least after the event.
Are they good at doing that?
Yes. Usually right after the event, there's pictures, and we have a backdrop with all of our sponsors on it, and we have a line lined up out the door waiting to take pictures. So
name names. Name some of the people who let it slide and roll.
Well, we do have some consecutive winners. So we do have a handful of businesses that have won 15 consecutive years,
which is impressive.
Which is really impressive. Yeah. Come to the event.
I didn't want to put you under any kind of pressure. Of the 136 different categories, there's one we're going to tell you right now who the winner is, because that person's going to be entertaining folks at the Convention Center. And now, with that announcement, please welcome Sarah Baum.
So it's actually a new category that we added this year, and it's in the community section. It is musician/solo artist. So Taste of Whiskey is this year's winner, and he will be playing at the event. So if nothing else, come out just to watch him play.
What do the winners get besides kudos and a nice certificate?
They also get banners. You'll see banners all over town that hang up all year round. Even some that are older still keep their banners up. Buttons. They can really purchase anything that they want.
136. That's just, it's an amazing. Now, do a lot of people, you know this and I don't, they really love this business or this service or this person. they'll go to the website, they'll find that category and that person vote, or some people go through and do all 136?
Some go do all 136. Some just do their favorites. We've added a new feature this year that all of there are businesses that have won multiple categories or been nominated in multiple categories. So we made it a little bit easier, and it was in one spot this year. We also added text to vote this year that we haven't had in previous years, which really went well. And it was a one-time vote per text, per phone, and that really went well too. So
one thing you'll notice is that the winners are locals. They're all local businesses. You're not going to see Macy's or Target. The community votes, but
does vote and nominate.
But they vote for the locals. I noticed that. You don't see the big stores for the most part.
Typically, yes.
Yeah.
Now there are some that are bigger box stores. Yes, I can let that slip.
So who right now, as we speak, who knows the winners outside of the winners themselves? I mean,
the sales staff, myself, and the back-end support team.
Okay. And you probably can't do this without the back-end support team.
No.
It's not. No. This is not the Sarah Baum show. This is a lot of people.
McKinley Crane does a lot. She's our marketing team associate. She helps the sales staff with a lot of their fulfilling and that type of stuff. And she helps put the tab together. She was up bright and early this morning, getting that all laid out, and she's just amazing. So everybody's amazing.
Again, it's for the first time ever, it's open to the public. Before this year, it was a private affair, invitation only, and the winners were the only ones that were invited, immediate family and coworkers, stuff like that. But this is now open
Anybody.
to the public. You're expecting a pretty good crowd then, I suppose.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Well, there's thousands and thousands of people watching this very program right now as we speak, Sarah. So we know they're going to be involved in this 2-hour program, roughly.
Roughly. It does take quite a bit to call all 136 up to the stage, but it does go pretty quickly.
Did you get a bulk rate on the certificates?
No. No.
What else is coming down the hopper from WIC Communications, specifically the Wenatchee world? Once you get through, this is probably the biggest thing that you guys put. This and the wine festival.
And the wine festival, that's coming up too. We also have the NCW wine judging coming up. That's part of the Wine and Food Festival. Wineries can submit the wines, and then actually, because they are part of our judging, they can move on to bigger competitions that they wouldn't normally be able to enter without winning, our awards. So it's just a great event. You learn a lot, and it's about a 2-day process.
Do you need judges?
Yes. Yes. There's actually about 9 judges and 3 moderators. There's sets of 3, and each moderator helps, each table, and they don't drink the same flights of wine until the very end. So a lot goes into it.
And you get these are audiophiles. These are the people who know what they're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're sommeliers.
Yeah.
or
I don't think you can say that on television.
Sommelier. Yeah. I can't even really say that word in general. Then we also have the Wine and Food Festival that is coming up in August.
That's at the Town Toyota Center as usual?
Town Toyota Center. And then we also have our 30 under 35 event that is normally in July. We have moved now to October, so the nomination phase will open up in July for that. And that's a really great event too.
You should bring in the 60 over 60 so I could compete in that.
At least 40 over 40 so I could compete in it. Way back, I think, in the day I was nominated for 30 under 35.
Really?
When it first came to life.
What were you doing
15 years ago. I was the general manager of Comfort Inn downtown, actually.
Okay. And now you're doing this.
Now I'm doing this.
Yeah. You got to do something new professionally, I think, every about 10 years just to mix it up.
That is my habit every 10 years. So
new job?
New job, new career.
Yeah.
New career.
So Josh, watch out, because in 8 more years, Sarah, no, I'm just kidding. Again, it is Wednesday the 4th. It starts at 5:30 at the Wenatchee Convention Center. $35. QR code. There you go. Just pick up your phone, go, and you're in live music from the already announced world's best musician and solo performer. And all 136, we hope, winners will be there, plus co-workers and family and friends.
And the community who voted them.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So, did you have any idea 15 years ago the monster that was created? Because you weren't there 15 years ago.
I wasn't there.
It's out of control now.
It's out of control. In 2021, I was part of the world's best ceremony with the Black Phone Book that I'd worked for then. And it was a small group, about 75 people, and we have grown and grown to last year was over 350. So I'm hoping to get over that this year. So come on out and help us celebrate.
And you'll get $35 worth of entertainment. And again, it is on Wednesday, June 4th, starts at 5:30 at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Good to see you, Sarah.
Good to see you too, Dan.
Did you walk or drive from?
I drove.
From 14 North Mission to?
I came from home first, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let it go.
Yeah.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
Beautiful morning, 55 degrees. It's already 64 in Ephrata. We got to 78 yesterday. That was our afternoon high, 79 actually on Thursday. We're going to be warmer than that today. Calm wind, bountiful sunshine, a little low on the humidity. It's been that way for all spring. And then, wow, do we have a very, very windy Saturday night coming our way. This is going to be a significant wind event one we haven't had in quite some time. As we show you the slide from the National Weather Service, I'm going to throw out the stats that they sent to us earlier in the day. They believe that we have about a 70% chance for wind gusts above 50 miles an hour in the Wenatchee Valley. Now, we're going to see gusts at 40 miles an hour. That's a lead pipe cinch, but a 70% chance for wind gusts greater than 50 miles an hour in Wenatchee tomorrow night. There's an 80% chance of gusts at 50 miles an hour out in the Columbia Basin. And for greater than 60 miles an hour, we have a 20% chance of that happening. It is going to be extremely windy tomorrow. The timeline for the wind is this. It's going to starting to get a little breezy about 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. By 4, it's going to be windy. By 5, it's going to be extremely windy, and we're going to have sustained winds at about 30 miles an hour from about 5 o'clock tomorrow night until about midnight. That is some serious wind, as you might imagine. It is a cold front and a dry cold front heading our way, so we got the combination is there. It's going to be hot, it's going to be extraordinarily windy, and relative humidity is going to be bone dry. Keep your fingers crossed. From the National Weather Service, today is no problem. Sunshine at about 84, we'll take that. And we'll be clear tonight, very pleasant night, 62 for the overnight low. Saturday, Saturday, again, for most of the day is fine. It's still when we get to those late in the afternoon hours when this cold front comes barreling through, and here comes the significant winds, very windy. Saturday night, Sunday, a little breezy, a lot cooler because it is a cold front, only 76, and it's going to be a little breezy perhaps on Monday as well. Have a good and safe weekend. Start June with us on Monday. Bye-bye.